any technical discussion wouldn't be complete if we didn't kind of look forward and geek out a little bit and talk about what ultimately could come next.
Sure.
So we've obviously done a lot, I think even in the last few years, and using the vision service to do the compare my rate, to read those loan estimates, even some of the speech to text and the Alexa skills that we've built.
Right.
But what do you see going forward? Any visionary thoughts?
Yeah, I think we're on the cusp of another dramatic revolution in the consumer space. So today, almost everybody is walking around in their pocket with a device that knows every place they've been, every search they've ever done, every email they've ever sent, every phone call they've ever made, every post they've ever done in social media, right? It's those smartphone, whether you're an Android person or an iOS person,
Yeah.
or what have you, right? So you're walking around with these devices. The artificial intelligence is getting smarter and smarter in the background. Our ability to consume big data is getting better and better. And so it's not too long, 3, 4, 5 years, where I think these devices will start to anticipate and deliver solutions to us before we are conscious of the need. So in our own industry, the example I like to use is a typical arc for someone is, they come out of school, they form a family, there's a child there. Somewhere around age 4 of that child, when you're thinking about and realizing that they're going to go to public school next year or private school, you start thinking about where you live, and you start thinking about maybe moving to the better school district. Mm-hmm. And that's a conscious thing. And then you probably go to Google and you start researching neighborhoods, and you start researching lenders, and you start looking at houses, and you go through this whole process. And at the end of that,
drives a lot of home buying decisions.
And it drives a lot of home buying decisions. Eventually, you come to us or one of our broker or correspondent partners, and you get a loan from us, and you're very happy, and your child goes to school. I think in the future what will happen is you will come home and the system will look at you and say, hey Adam, I've been thinking about the fact that young Adam Jr. Is going to go to school next year. I think you might want to consider moving. Here are some neighborhoods that I think fit your profile based upon what I know about you, because I've lived with you since
Right.
you were practically
Been tracking you for a while
right?
now.
Tracking you for a while now. And here's some lenders that might be appropriate. Here's some loan options that might be appropriate for you. And so it'll deliver, rather than you having to go through this enormous process of figuring it out, it'll deliver 4 or 5 or 6 options to you, and then you'll choose amongst those options. And at the moment that it delivers those options to you, you will then become conscious of the fact that
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Good
yeah.
idea.
Light bulb goes on. Good idea.
Right.
Right. So we've put our toe in the water with Tallan's help. So last year we built a skill on the Alexa app, because I think natural language processing is all part of that that place that we're going. I think keyboards will more and more disappear into the background over the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years. So we have an Alexa skill that you can ask it questions and it'll respond to you. So we put our toe in the water. The next kind of piece of that is maybe some chat bots that can answer people's questions if they're calling in or interacting with us digitally. I think the key for us there, we always want to be very upfront about these things, so it'll be obvious that you're working with a chatbot, and context is important.
Yeah.
And if you're calling in with an emergency, I'm not going to have you talk to the chatbot. You're going to go to a
Right.
person right
Right.
away, right? If it's an urgent issue. I think we've all had that.
Customer service.
Yes, we've all had that experience where you're running through the security at the airline, and you realize your flight's been canceled, and they want you to authenticate yourself and tell me how I can help you, and it's just like, no, I need an agent right now.
Yeah.
And that won't be the experience you get from AFR.
He'll be smarter.